All right. Every time I hear that music, I'm waiting for Indiana Jones to come into the studio. But it is Price Bourgeois. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Great to be back.
Yes, and of course the Medicare Minute, and it's great that you're educating people because guys like me, we don't understand all this. So it's good that you get out there and tell people what they need to do. First thing, let's start simply. What is Medicare?
Okay. So Medicare is a federal program. It's for people either over 65 or that have a qualifying disability. And it's not to be confused with Medicaid. Medicaid is a state program that is completely income-based. With Medicare, you actually have to have the quarters or another situation where you can actually qualify for it. Now, typically, most people take it at 65. But there are some people who delay it, and there's special paperwork that you're going to have to do if you've delayed it and say you're 67 and you want to start it up. There's specific ways you need to do it. On the other side of that, original Medicare is only Part A and B. I know we see all the commercials and the tons of mail and all the things coming in. Original Medicare is only Part A, which is hospital, and Part B, which is doctors and providers outside of the hospital. It's very important that people understand that original Medicare doesn't come with drug coverage. There's tons of holes in original Medicare. Basically, I tell people 20% is what you would pay. And original Medicare actually comes with a cost. Part A, you've worked for it, you've paid it. But Part B, you're going to pay at least $174.70 a month. There are some people who qualify to get that waived, but there's paperwork that has to be done for it. It's not just a simple, put it like this, the communication between the government organizations doesn't happen unless you push on it, without a doubt.
So let me ask you, I'm 63, about to turn 64. Not that I'm thinking those terms, but just for the audience. Could I start enrolling now, or do you have to wait till you're 65?
So there is a 3 months prior to you turn 65 is whenever you need to start enrolling into original Medicare. With that being said, if you get Social Security already, you'll automatically be enrolled. If you're about 2 months out and you haven't gotten that paperwork yet, you need to start lighting a fire under somebody because it should happen automatically.
So, but if you get Social Security, it's automatic, you said?
It's automatically enrolled when you turn 65, not above 65. So say you're 70 and you only have Part A, that won't automatically happen. You still have to do your manual enrollment.
Okay, cool. Now, what if I chose to delay it? Say I turn 65 and I say, I don't need this right now. I want to wait.
Sure. And a lot of people actually do that. They might delay it because they have great employer plans. Don't delay it if you have an ACA or marketplace policy or VA, because those aren't considered credible coverage and you could end up with a penalty. But if you have a good policy, say through your employer or maybe through your spouse, a lot of people delay it. However, you still want to turn on Part A. The Part A you've already paid for, and it's going to be secondary to your primary insurance. So go ahead and enroll in your Part A. Go ahead and get that, because in today's world, a hospital bill is easily $200,000. If you have a $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 deductible, that Part A might pick that up for you.
So you can do Part A and leave Part B alone.
Correct.
Well, there's so many little different things and this is what you do. You educate people.
Correct.
How many people do you think you go see that actually know all the rules?
How many people who know them or think they know them?
Well, both.
Probably about 50% think they know.
Yeah.
And that's fine, and we go through, look, every single person that comes to us, I don't care if you've been on Medicare for 20 years or you're just starting out, we're going to do a Medicare 101. We do Medicare 101. We cover the basics, make sure you understand kind of what's going on, because there's a lot of misinformation. I have people who bring me mail all the time or call me about ads that they've seen, and 2/3 of it is just enough to make you wonder, am I missing something? Am I going to get a penalty? What did I do wrong? And most of the time, it doesn't apply to them. But it's just that little bit so that it's deceptive marketing is what it is. It's that little bit so that you fill out that paperwork, and then all of a sudden, all your information is across the country.
Do you find that drives people? There's really an advantage for a guy like you who works just with the facts and all, because when it spurs their interest and they come to you, it sort of sets a platform to you to explain what's really happening.
It does, but at the same time, I want people to ask questions, but I don't want people to be misled, and that's what I can't stand about, especially the TV commercials. They promise the world to people, and those are very specific plans for a very specific segment of the population, and it makes people
luring
frustrated.
people in with a very specific to some people, but not to them.
Correct.
And it misleads them. And God, you must be driven crazy a lot because there's a lot of commercials.
There's a lot of. I don't watch too much. Yeah.
Good for you. Keep your sanity, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Once again, Price, how can they reach you?
So there's a couple of different ways. The easiest way is just call my office, 985-803-8999. Of course, you can go to bourgeoisinsurance.com, or we even have a site where we do, where you can actually get the booklet for free. It's MedicareWithPrice.com. But call my office. Look, we're friendly. We're down home. We're not going to try to bundle you a bunch of baloney.
All right, Price, good seeing you again.
Good seeing you.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.